Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Sigourney Lumber at 802 Shuffleton Street in Sigourney has all your building and project needs along with expert advice. Sigourney Lumber offers a wide variety of lumber, siding, roofing, doors, windows, cabinets, countertops, hardware, and features the Bathroom Onyx collection. For power tools and paint options, visit WashingtonLumberIA.com. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, Saturdays 8 to noon. If you want quality service and experience, go to Sigourney Lumber.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
And a good morning. Welcome into the sports section. We are live at Barnwired at 119 East Marion Street in downtown Sigourney on the south side of the square. Get in here for some coffee, so for some breakfast, maybe do some shopping on a Saturday morning before yet another snowstorm here in southeast Iowa coming up this weekend. We're not quite done with winter yet. We have got a great show for you this morning. We've got a Pekin track waiting in the wings, but we're going to start off with our host, Jenny Hobbs. And Jenny, you've got an award-winning referee with you this morning. And it's the first time we've ever had a ref on the show. So here we go.
What took so long? Jeez. It's my pleasure to introduce Steve Klein from Keota, Iowa, and he was named the Girls Union Official of the Year. So,
yes, yeah.
So let's just talk a little background. How long have you been officiating, Steve?
Oh, in one way or another, 45 years or more, I suppose. Started in, I guess you could say, about 1980 as a college student, trying to make a few bucks on the side, yeah.
So let's talk about what really, okay, and I officiated in college, intramurals, good way to make good money. So what kept you coming back and kept officiating?
Well, always liked the sport, always liked competition. Found out I couldn't play the game anymore like I wanted to and wanted to stay involved, so I decided I got involved. I coached for a few years in other parts of the state, and then I just wanted to stay involved, and officiating always interested me. I did other sports and kind of settled on basketball here late in my career.
Okay. For young officials, well, first of all, let's talk about I know you don't want to talk about it, but let's talk about your award. Okay, you said you've been doing this since 1980. What do you think, and you're going to toot your own horn here, but what separates you from other officials, do you think?
Good question. I'd say I really benefited from working with a crew that was dedicated, and we had common goals with Jeff Bermel and Ross Hemsley and many others through the years, but I guess maybe longevity and trying to be a decent communicator with coaches and fans and administrators and things of that nature, and probably really experience. It's never easy, but it gets a little easier as you get more experience.
And to piggyback on that, Steve was one of my favorites because of, you mentioned communication. Especially with the kids, if you call it travel, well, tell them why they traveled, or, keep talking to them. Okay, get out of the lane, and you do a great job of communicating, and it's positive communication. I think a lot of times, even when you're talking to coaches that are really fired up,
that happens. Yeah.
Yep. It's always like, okay, coach, this is what I saw, and this is what I called, and why I called it. So I feel that separates you from a lot of officials, because you're always positive, you're always calm, and you do a good job of explaining and kind of just keeping control of the situation, I guess, in a calm manner. So that's how I feel that you do a great job with.
Well, thank you for those kind words. We feel that's part of what really should happen because we need to be ambassadors for the game and just need to make the game flow. And nobody's there to see us, so we want to keep the game rolling and try to do a good job that way if we can.
So what is your advice for maybe a kid that needs a part-time job or needs an extra money, getting involved? I think a lot of times it's easier to get involved in baseball, softball, because, you start at 8U and you start at 10U, and then you're like, oh, hey, I kind of like this, and you can work your way up. Basketball, yes, there's youth tournaments, but there's not the minor leagues really of basketball. You can do junior high, which you can start at junior high. But what do you recommend for younger kids to get involved?
If you're interested, get involved. There's a big need, especially in today's environment. There's a big need for officials at all levels. And if you like the sport and you want to do something about it, get involved and just learn. Try to come along some people and learn because as some of us, myself included, get older, there's going to be a real need for young officials to be involved. Just learn the craft and just get involved. Maybe you get involved with a partner or two who have similar goals and you just really run with it. But get involved and set some goals and try to run with it. It can be a really rewarding time. Really can.
And I've seen you've worked with Bo Flynn, you've worked with Marty Baker, some younger kids. Did they reach out to you, or did you kind of like, hey, this kid looks promising, come here, kid?
A little of both.
Okay.
Those would be two good examples of young men that were interested and reached out to us. There will be times when I try to actually recruit players. Maybe they're a good athlete who shows a knack for the game and they've got good sportsmanship. I'm like, you ought to consider officiating. It pays a little bit of something. It's not bad pay. It's a way to stay involved in a sport that you might really like. And oftentimes I've encouraged people, hey, when your playing career's over, consider officiating because we need young people involved in it. Yeah. So a little bit of both, I'd say. Some reach out to us and others we kind of try to,
And I know athletic directors are always looking for junior high officials.
Yep.
So what do you have to do to be an official? Let's do that, the bookwork and all that kind of stuff.
If you know the sport and have played it a little bit, it's really a pretty basic procedure. You take an online test. You need to understand the rules, but you take an online test, you register online, and then you go out and talk to some ADs or coaches and say, hey, I'm willing to do this. Would you give me a chance? It's really pretty basic. Register online. Take an open book online test that almost anybody should be able to pass. You're not cheating if you sit and get help from others while you take that test. Learn what you need to know and roll with it and take some chance out there.
And I would say in Iowa, I think our athletic unions, the girls union and the boys union, do a really good job of sending out memos and situations that have arose, and that you learn from those.
Yep.
As well. I mean, you don't have to just think you know it all going in, because there's always going to be a new situation that hasn't happened in a lot of years. We had one this year, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like, what? It made sense. But, so, I mean, there's a lot of help. Young officials out there, please. There's lots and lots of help for you. And, again, start at the junior high level. Usually it's pretty low-key. I mean, they can get fired up.
It could be a good place to start. And to piggyback a little bit on what you said, I can't count the hours I've spent on the phone with fellow officials just running through plays and, hey, what do you got in this scenario? And it a lot of hours spent on the phone in a fun way that just helps you grow, I suppose you could say. So I'd say to a young kid, get some mentor like that you can bounce ideas off on the phone. It might be a brief phone call, or it could be more. It could be lunch and coffee and, hey, here's what we had and what do you got? But anyway,
and I remember I was lucky enough, I had a cousin, I have several cousins that have officiated girls state, and
let me guess, Micah Scholl would be one of them, right?
Yes, it's a Micah story.
Yeah.
And so he officiated at state, and so afterwards we all went to Buzzard, what is it?
Buzzard Billy's.
Buzzard
we were there a
Billy's.
week ago.
And kind of the debriefing.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
like Micah, his crew, and the officials from the state. It's like, okay, make sure when you call a foul, it's really high, and it's just like
Yep.
It was really cool to see that and it was like a very low key,
Yep.
eating burgers and talking about little mechanics of the game, and I thought it was pretty neat. I was honored to tag along.
Those times are really interesting because there is a certain craft involved with what you do, and it's always good to draw from others and to have people observe and evaluate you and say, here's a little something you can do, or this might help you out in this situation. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff like that. A lot of talks over burgers or coffee or whatever we've had through the years. Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a fun one here. What is probably the neatest experience you've had officiating?
Well, I'd have to say stepping foot the first time on it would have been Wells Fargo at the time. That court with our partners was really key because that was a goal we'd had, and we reached it, and it was really just in a good way. It was a crazy fun environment. It was, that's one of the memorable ones. I'd say in general, all the memories of relationships with coaches, players, athletes, administrators, that's been just beyond what I could have ever imagined. It really been a lot of fun. So yeah, but I'd say that for the single most thing, the event at Wells Fargo, taking the court with Jeff and Ross that first time was really, really special.
And a big shout out to Jeff and Ross because you guys have been together for a long time, and I had Jeff Bermel as an official when I was in junior high at Mid Prairie.
Going back in the 6-on-6 days when Carol and he were officiating together. Yes.
Actually, and we had transitioned. They were doing some 5-on-5. We transitioned to 5-on-5 right before that. And yes, him and Carol were doing junior high games for me. And I'm like, gosh, they must have been really young because
Jeff and Carol are about my age, but that was several years ago. In a real sense, any award I got, I would not have gotten without partnering up with Jeff and Ross. They're as much a part of that as anything I could ever thought about. So anyway,
what is the craziest rule interpretation or the craziest play that you've ever had to call or think about?
Oh boy, you're putting me on the spot. We had, and this would have been probably I got to think on this. Craziest rule, not really a rule. We had a really crazy, hectic situation at the end of a sub-state boys game where a coach had run out of timeouts, but he still wanted to take a timeout, and we didn't quite understand that, but we went ahead and granted it, and then we had to issue a technical, and it was a challenging time because it was a close game right down the wire, and that was a strange one. It was a packed house and a really key game, and why it played out that way we don't quite know, but it was the way it was, I guess.
Okay, did you see the Ballard, the Huxley game? Just it's same situation. ADM Ballard.
Yep.
And I didn't listen to any interviews afterwards. I didn't read any newspapers afterwards. Was he calling a timeout even though he knew he didn't have one? To stop the clock?
I don't know the details of that. I can't really say because it seemed like a strange situation, and I can't really say. I know it was unfortunate that there was a little miscommunication somewhere. I don't even know by who, but there was miscommunication somewhere, I think. But I can't really comment on that.
Because it seemed to me that the official, because the coach is like right next to him yelling, and I think the official knew he didn't have a timeout, so he was like kind of I don't want to say ignoring him, but saying it. But I think because there was, let's say, it was 15 seconds, and then I think he just wanted to stop the clock.
It's possible.
Even if have them shoot free throws, which they could miss. Let them have the ball out, which we could, get a steal.
Yep.
And we still have time because it was only a 2-point game.
Yes.
I don't know. It was like one of those things.
I don't know either. I had attended the day before, so I didn't see that specifically. All I know was that was a really veteran set of officials that get things right, and I don't know I don't know if there was miscommunication between the coach and the assistants or the table. I don't know for sure, but it was it was a challenging situation in a big environment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always some crazy moments at the end.
Yeah.
Steve, do you have any questions?
I do. Actually, I've been waiting.
Oh, watch out.
Oh, boy.
I'm the nice one here.
Okay.
No. First of all, I'm going to put your picture up that's been making the rounds on social media. So explain the picture of you holding your award. When did this take place?
That was last Saturday night at halftime of the 1A championship game.
Okay. All right. And looking at this picture leads to a kind of an off-the-wall question, but how tall of a guy are you? You're a pretty tall guy.
Well, I'm almost 6'4". You can
All
say,
right.
yeah.
Did you play ball back in the day?
I tried, yeah.
Yeah. Is basketball the only sport that you are an official for?
Currently, yes. I have officiated. I retired. I've done softball, baseball, volleyball, basketball. I retired from everything but basketball just a few years ago. So the last 2 or 3 years or so have been specifically basketball. But yeah, I did other sports.
All right.
And I did a little bit of stuff at the college ranks. I did a little bit of college women's, college men's, some college baseball back in the day in the 90s. So yeah.
All right. So your official award, if I'm looking at it right, is the NFHS Girls Basketball Official of the Year. Now, what does NFHS stand for?
Well, Jenny, you might have to help me out. National Federation of
High school.
And NF. Say those numbers again.
NFHS.
NF. National Federation of High School
Schools.
Officials.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I see that every once in a while. I have never really known.
Yeah.
When you get a rule book, we go by those rules. It's the National Federation of High School rules.
Is the Iowa Girls Association just part of the?
Yes.
Yes,
NFHS?
all states are part of the National Federation, and then
Okay.
it's my understanding that each state has their own official of the year. And by the way, it doesn't mean I'm any good. It just means I'm the official of the year. Okay, so anyway,
You've outlasted everybody.
that's part of it. That must be part of it, Steve. Yeah.
Now, just random comment. How about this? You have a great voice.
I've been told that.
You should have gotten into radio somewhere along the way.
Does it pay well? Let me ask you that.
Well, I tell you what I was doing before didn't pay well, but what I'm doing now is all right.
Well, it's curious.
I'm glad I got fired from my previous job.
It's curious you'd say that because my wife has suggested maybe somewhere you do want to do that. I have had the benefit of doing some public speaking and pulpit supply and things of that nature.
Nice.
So I'm kind of comfortable with it.
Okay.
I had a really good speech teacher in high school.
Okay.
Honestly, Bill Holtman was a really good instructor, and even though I didn't like the material, he made you learn it. So
right.
I think I'd credit him a big amount for that.
Okay.
Well, and you kind of have a musical family, right?
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
other
a
than
lot of-
the girls, the ladies in the family, yes, not the two men so much. My brother and I, but yeah.
All right. I had a few other things. Have you? All right. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot.
Oh.
Have you ever had to reprimand Jenny Hobbs?
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, a time or two, but she takes it well.
I do.
She, a time.
Can
or
we
two.
reenact one of those moments?
No, I don't. That wouldn't go so well, Steve. No.
I was also going to ask.
I get fired up a little bit.
Well, yeah, you got
Jenny's
stomp
involved.
A little bit.
She's actively involved, and I've never minded that out
Gotta
of
appreciate-
coaches as long as they're respectful and reasonable.
Yes, exactly.
And let it go
Yeah,
when it's over.
and move on. Sure.
Move on.
Yeah.
Now you're a Keota guy,
I am.
correct?
I am.
How long have you been? Are you a lifelong Southeast Iowan?
Pretty much. I did spend. There was about 3. I taught and coached basketball in Northwest Iowa for 3 years back in the '80s, and other than that, I've been a Keota person all my life. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will ask, and I can talk to Matt. But what's your nickname? I don't even know your Kyoto nickname.
Porker or
That's
pork.
right.
Porky
right.
or whatever. Yeah, there's
That
many, but
is
those are
right. That's
pork.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you're a Kyoto person, you always have a nickname.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then finally, my last question is your nice cowboy hat. Are you a cowboy at heart?
I'm all hat and no cattle. Okay, I'm a fake cowboy. My wife and I enjoy rodeos. We go to multiple rodeos a year. I've got a nephew who's in the cattle business.
Okay.
I'm really not. I'm a fake cowboy. I'm all hat, no cattle. So
Hey, that's all right.
yeah.
And I'm kind of surprised you have a black hat. You're the good guy.
That's At times I have my moments, but yeah.
Well, I think that took care of my rapid fire questions.
No, and again, thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah,
and
thanks
like
for
I said,
having me, both of you.
over all the years, and also Steve's very involved in the community as far as helping anybody that needs help and grilling for Bible school. And
Yep.
Sorry about the Toby handprints on your grill.
That's okay. We deal with those things. That's okay.
But yeah, Steve's just an overall great guy. So
Well, I have my moments, but thank you. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. But yeah.
And one last thing. I know we were talking earlier about encouraging new and younger people to get involved.
Yep.
Is there something, holding people back? You guys obviously take abuse from the fans, probably from some coaches. Is that what's holding people back?
Well, let me say this, Steve. A guy like me, or some of us that do it, we have to be a little twisted to really enjoy being yelled and screamed at times.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but truly, there's been so many more really good moments that they way outweigh the nasty ones. What I would say is there are some people today in today's youth environment that don't want those challenges of the conflict, and they'd rather be doing other things. And I kind of understand that, but I'd still like to see them involved if they like the sport. It pays pretty well.
Yeah.
There's benefits. It keeps a person physically fit to a degree.
Yeah.
We have said for years it helps our winters go by a lot more quickly than if we weren't officiating.
Sure.
The relationships that are built through the years are phenomenal. There's hundreds of people I would not have known if we didn't take the court and officiate and get to know administrators and coaches, and that's been some of the really more rewarding parts of it. So to answer your question, I think some people would rather not deal with the conflict, but boy, if you don't mind it, get out there and do it, because it can be really rewarding.
And I will say, I hadn't coached varsity in 10 years, and I got back in it this year, and there were so many officials that I have had in past, and it was fun reconnecting, and they remember you and I remember them, and there's just a lot of good guys and females, and we need more women.
Absolutely.
But it's just there's a lot of good people that officiate. And I think from the fan perspective, all you fans out there, these are not the bad guys. They're just doing their job.
We make mistakes, but we
Yes.
don't intend to, and
Yeah.
we're not trying to be the bad guy. But yeah,
How long do you plan on keep on doing this?
that's
a good question.
we officially retired as a crew at the end of the regional final season this past year. I think in our cases, I'll speak for myself and my partners, we would take some lower level games and fill in, substitute, but our bodies are telling us it's probably time that younger people take over. So so maybe a little bit longer, Steve, but not at the level that we've been doing it. Yeah, we've really reached the finish line, so to speak.
All right. Well, what a way to go out with quite an honor and an award. Again, the NFHS Girls Basketball Official of the Year. That's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Steve Klein from Keota joining us this morning here on the sports section. Congratulations once again, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We will take a break, and we'll come back with Pekin Track after this.
At Pekin Community Schools, opportunity isn't limited. It's everywhere. From FFA to music, business to athletics, our students explore it all. Small class sizes mean big advantages. Personal attention, strong relationships, and academic success that goes above and beyond. You're more than a student. You're a story, a voice, a vital part of our school family. From the classroom to the kitchen, every adult helps shape futures. At Pekin, pride runs deep, where everybody is somebody.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. Stop by James Family Greenhouse and Produce in Sigourney. They have a variety of hanging baskets, annuals, shrubs, perennials, trees, mulch, and vegetable plants. Plus, you can spruce up your landscape with yard decor or decorate the inside of your home with home decor. James Family Greenhouse is also a great place to stop in for some gift ideas. You gotta stop in and see it all for yourself. James Family Greenhouse at 701 East Jackson in Sigourney. And be sure to follow their page on Facebook. Find your Iowa dream home with AE Realty in Montezuma. With unparalleled industry knowledge and local expertise, AE Realty is the Montezuma real estate expert you've been looking for. Whether you're buying or selling, AE Realty can help you get the best deal. You can find AE Realty at 321 East Main Street in Montezuma. Call 641-623-2639 or go to aerealtyinc.com.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com.
Skunk River Radio is online radio for Southeast Iowa, playing country music from 1990 through 2010, along with Iowa country music. Listen to Steve Shetler weekdays from 6 a.m. to noon, and The Haze from noon to 6 p.m. Skunk River Radio also has Southeast Iowa weather, community calendar, and we play all your country music favorites like Garth, Reba, Shania, Brooks and Dunn, and many, many more. Listen to Skunk River Radio at skunkriverradio.com. Download the app with Apple and Android devices or listen on Alexa and Google Assistant. Skunk River Radio. Online radio for Southeast Iowa.
All right, we're back with our next segment here on the sports section. We are live at Barnwired in downtown Sigourney on the south side of the square. It's kind of hopping here, and you can get in and get some coffee and some breakfast to get you going on a Saturday morning. All right, Jenny Hobbs is our host. Jenny, we're transitioning to Pekin girls track this morning. Take it away.
One of my favorite subjects. Pekin track, because Coach Idol is just a legend. Okay, and so let's go ahead. Let's go around and introduce yourself. Let's do your name, what grade you are, and what events you run, or throw, or jump.
Bree, I'm a junior, and I run 4x1 and probably some 200s.
I'm Anna. I am a senior, and I throw shot and disc.
I'm Maddie. I'm a junior. I run 2s, 4s, and 8s.
I'm Chloe Glosser. I'm a senior, and I do distance events and then 8s.
No introductions needed.
I'm their coach, and I was telling Steve that we'll bring the boys later, but I got a good representation here. I got a sprinter, a thrower, a distance runner, and Maddie runs whatever I need her to run.
Good. Okay, so I know you had a big indoor meet yesterday in Ames. Go ahead and talk about how you did. So just you could do each one. Did everybody run yesterday? Okay, so just say how you did. And And if it's kind of what you expected, like, do you feel like you're in shape yet? Do you feel like, I don't know, just talk a little bit about your performance yesterday.
So yesterday I kicked it off with the 4x8. I led and then handed off to Maddie, and I thought it was really good. We both ran good. Relay ran good. We got 5th, so we medaled. I'm excited to see how we'll grow throughout the season. It was a good opener. And then I ran the 3K, and I actually won that and set a new 1A record there by, I think, 6 seconds. I ran 10 flat, 3 seconds away from my PR, so I'm really happy about that. Very surprised. I did not think I would win or run that fast, but it's definitely good, giving me some confidence going into the season. I'm just excited to see how my senior year will go.
I ran the 4x8 yesterday, and we got 5th, like she said, but I was just really proud of how our team handled that and just ran really well together. And then I ran the open 4, which did not go super great, but it's a learning experience, so it's okay.
I ran the 4x1. I think it went pretty good. We're pretty young. We have 2 freshmen, but we all work pretty well together, and it should be good this year.
How are your handoffs?
We need some work on some handoffs. Us 2 older girls, our handoff is pretty clean, but our freshmen, but they'll get it down.
I only did shot yesterday. I PR'd with a 42.4, and I set the meet record, I think, by 2 feet.
Oh.
But it was a good start to the season.
So what's next? Like, what's the season entail?
Well, one thing, just kind of emphasizing the state indoor, which they started 2 or 3 years ago. Our philosophy and with the girls here is don't do too much, too fast, too soon. And Will started yesterday and had a pretty good meet. And as Bree said, we have a lot of freshmen, and so we couldn't run them in several events, but we're going to be, I think, pretty good this year. And all of these girls performed well. Chloe, instead of running 3 or 4 events, ran 2, did awesome. Yesterday beat the she was the runner of the meet, one of the best state cross country champion that beat Chloe quite a ways. But Chloe came back and beat her yesterday in the 3. Maddie can she's awesome. I mean, she can quarters, halves, and what a good person to have on your relay teams. In the 4x8, we had about a half a lap lead or a lead when Chloe handed off. Maddie still brought it in first, so they did real well. Anna, I got nervous because she was in her just warm-ups, was throwing 2 feet farther than anyone else, and she came through, and I think the first time she got 2 or 3 throws over 40 feet. And Bree, kind of a story on her. She came from Cardinal. I said, man, we got a good distance runner here. Well, let me see. She broke her foot. She twisted her ankle. She fell down the hill at Sigourney. She did all kinds of things, and so she is going to be a real good sprinter. And that happens a lot of times at Pekin, that you start out as a half miler, and she's transitioning well. So, and we do need sprinters. Bree mentioned about we have a lot of young kids, and well, we have about 35 out, and they're going to be a good team this year.
Okay, you said let's talk about your depth, and then you have 35 girls out. That's a lot of depth. How are you going to get everybody involved? And
that's the biggest problem, because a lot of the meets you go to, you can enter 2, and what do you do with the other ones? So you got to just make it fun, have fun in practice. Figure out how you can get each person involved. I know a lot of them don't like to run certain events, but we'll get them in there sometime. But that's a big problem, but it's a good problem to have.
Oh, it's a very good problem to have. I want to talk to the state champ back here. Okay, so what technique do you use? Do you use a glide? Do you use slide? What do you use?
So I do the circle, which is the rotational.
Okay.
I tried the glide freshman year. Absolutely terrible at it. So yeah.
Who do you look up to when you like? I watch a lot of videos now that I'm a former junior high track coach. A lot of videos just that pop up on my Facebook reels of like Olympic, discus and shot putters. Who do you look up to?
Well, for shot put, obviously Ryan Krauser. He's the he holds the record, but he has such a great technique for the circle that's what I try to focus on fixing. And then for discus, obviously Valerie Allman. But those two, I really try to pay attention to those because their form, their release, everything is just perfect.
Okay, so what's the goals for the season? I know it's hard. Like I'm the state champ. What more goals can I have? But how far can you go? I should say. What's your goals?
I'm really hoping for 45 in shot, which I think it's possible this year. And then I'm going for 160 in disc, but I'm hoping to win both events this year in state since I've always just alternated with them. But yeah.
So what is your high in disc right now?
So last year I ended with 150 feet and 9 inches. But in practice, my throw's been looking pretty strong, so I'm hoping to break that really soon.
Good. All right. Chloe, you popped up on my suggested friends on Facebook today. This morning I was like, oh my gosh, Chloe, I'm going to see her. I was hoping I was going to see you today, so I'm glad I did. So what are your goals for the season?
I don't know. I've just kind of gotten back into running. I was dealing with a couple small injuries to where I just had to cross train for a couple weeks. So yesterday I was kind of just like, okay, it's the beginning of the season. I don't need to be my best till May 21st. But I surprised myself. I don't know. So I'm kind of reevaluating. Obviously get to Drake in the 15 and 3. Excited to see what I can do there coming back and hopefully at least regain my title of third in the 3,000. But I don't know. I definitely want to get the school record in the 15. I did the 3K last year by I think 17 seconds. So I'm 2 seconds away from Gwen's 1,500 record.
Okay,
so.
I was figured it was Gwen's.
Yeah, yeah. She's always been my idol.
Okay.
Like, even when I was 8 years old, I dressed up for her for Halloween and surprised her. So I've just looked up to her forever. And she told me when I was a freshman and I started to show some potential, she's like, break all my records. She's like, if you're feeling good, call me and I'll fly in and watch you.
Oh, that's nice. Maddie, right? Okay, I just had a brain fart for a second. So what's your goals for the season?
Probably just get my times down for the quarter and the half, and hopefully, take a relay up to state. That's always a big goal.
Mine would probably to be PR in the 200. Definitely get closer with the freshmen and work with them. Especially since we have a new sprinter coach this year. We all really like him. So.
Oh, good.
Just to improve and get stronger as a runner and make it through the season completely.
Well, yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like you need to stay upright.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody jump? Are you a jumper? No jumping? Okay. Okay, now you got to tell us your best Coach Idol story.
I got this one.
Okay.
Probably my freshman year in cross country. This is a cross country story. Okay. But we had districts like 3.5 hours away, I think, in central Decatur. And so we all rode the bus home because we won districts. It was going to be a party all the way home until midnight. And we were playing, what song is it where it's like shake your hips like, yeah? I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Party in the USA.
Yeah, there you go.
And we were playing that, and kept telling Davis to shake his hips like, yeah, and he got up, and he did it. I still love that. That was my senior favorite memory in cross country. But
anybody else got a good one?
Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
My freshman year, it was an all-boys meet, and we're in the golf cart setting up hurdles. I had my foot up on the top of the hurdle in a boot. I yelled hurdle. He said he saw it. Smoked the hurdle with the golf cart.
Oh. Well, did the hurdle survive or?
Yep. Everything was good.
Okay, good. All right. So, what's the next track meet? And is it going to be warm?
Yes, it'll be warm because it's indoors.
Okay, good.
We go to Central College.
Okay.
We've for I think 20 years hosted our own indoor meet there.
Oh, good.
It's we have 7 teams in each class, Class A and B, girls and boys, and it's basically all relays. We run California Mile, the shuttle hurdle, something a little bit different. Then, getting back to what you said, this is the best way to get everybody involved in a lot of things. So that's the next one, and then we go outdoors back to Davis County. So.
Been there, done that. So how is it? You know how they always say the Kenyans are the best distance runners because they train in the on the plateau and they the high altitude and that stuff. So are you saying that Pekin track is always really, really good because they train in the wind? Because it's always windy at Pekin, right?
It is. I think the general attitude, if some coaches would come to Pekin and say, we're going to look at your program, how you practice, they'd just shake their heads. I mean, we do things completely different. But the girls, most of the time, girls, you have fun. And it's just something that, like Bree said, we're one big group. And we go different places. We come to Sigourney once a week or once a month or to the golf course to run. The park, the roads, you got to do that stuff, especially if you're a distance runner and so forth. And all these girls have, bought into it, and they just make it fun. And they see, Maddie, she's the quietest girl.
I've noticed.
She's the quietest girl. I coach her. I have her in class. Doesn't say much, but the other girls, I say, Maddie, would you do this? Doesn't say anything. She just goes out and does it. Chloe does. Bree made a point about, well, I'm a junior. I got to get those freshman sprinters together. Anna, she's really worked hard this year. She, looking at up at that indoor meet, wow, she didn't look like this last year at the middle of the season. So it's just a good overall team thing. We have stuff up in school. We talk about track, and so we just make it fun.
Good, because I've always told the kids working hard is fun. So when you leave practice knowing that you got better by working hard,
right?
That's always the huge benefit, and psychologically that's huge. Knowing that we outwork everybody else, so we're going to be better than everybody else.
And one of the things that we're kind of fortunate too that. We have coaches that, sometimes I just walk out there and go over with the hurdlers. We got Cameron Milliken, came down from English Valley. I coached him. Lisa Crabtree has been here for forever. She just takes the shot. Then Maddie, Chloe, do you want to do the distance runners and so forth? So everybody works together real well and so forth. They each have a thing to do, and they have fun.
Good.
And I forgot, I do have Chloe's mother's been with me for several years here as the coach, and she just comes, what do I do? Do this, and so she might be coaching the hurdlers one night, the distance one night, the sprinters. It doesn't matter. Then she keeps me in line doing all the paperwork and everything else.
And I think that's one thing people don't realize. There is a lot of paperwork in track. I mean, you think, basketball, football, and no, there's a lot of paperwork in track, getting everybody signed up, and especially with 35 kids, you can feel every relay and all that stuff. And okay, so I want to talk to Anna. Okay, you're a senior, right?
Yeah.
Finally. Everybody's probably going, oh my gosh, is she finally a senior? Like, I'm tired of getting beat by her all the time. Okay, so what are you doing next year?
So I'm going to Simpson College this fall. I'm really looking forward to it. The coach is amazing. The school has such a great campus, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, good. Chloe, what's your goal next year, or where are you going next year?
I'm going to Drake to run cross country and track and then study nursing. I'm super excited for everything, the team, college, like religious opportunities that they have. Like, as soon as I went there, I felt at home and I knew it was the place. So I committed pretty early. I think
Well,
the beginning of September.
You're pretty used to the track, so
I know. I'm excited to make the Blue Oval my home.
Yes. Who is the track coach at Drake now?
It's Sam Reed.
Okay.
But then I also know the assistant coach, Hannah Wise. She used to be the assistant coach at Wartburg when I went to that cross-country camp. So back when I was not that great, I was going into freshman year, I went to that camp and kind of got to know her a bit. So when I visited Drake, we reconnected, and now we just talk about books and just fun stuff and connect on so many different levels.
Okay. Let's talk about bus rides to a track meet. Coach Idol, do you make it, everybody's got to be quiet, we got to focus? Or they just naturally?
No, really, they don't. We take 2 buses most of the time,
Wow.
one for girls and one for boys, and no, it's not bad. Don't have to say too much. When they do, we do take one. Usually, do we emphasize girlfriend, boyfriends? Do they sit together? They normally don't. The boys head to the back, the girls stay, and they're pretty quiet. So that's really not a problem.
Well, good. So what's your pre-race rituals or pre-event rituals?
I have a very set routine.
I can see that about you.
I have protein oatmeal every race day morning. I always have my beetroot powder and a banana, and maybe some pretzels if I'm feeling extra hungry 2 hours before my first race. And then I'll always do like a 1.5 mile warm up, my band stretches. Then I have my applesauce pouch thing. And then that's when I go to the bathroom, stretch, roll out. Then I change my spikes, make sure I have my numbers and all that stuff. And then I go to the line or like somewhere wherever I'm starting, like 15 minutes before, to do some extra drills and stuff and then get locked in. But yeah, I try to not start thinking about the meet or anything until like we get on the bus, because I'll just stress about it all day. So yeah.
What about Maddie here?
Well, when we get on the bus, I usually listen to music or like take a nap, just depends. And when we get there, I like to talk to my friends and like just forget about the meet in general and like not be just locked in the whole time. And then I get nervous, so I try to just joke around with my friends until, I don't know, when we get down to the track getting ready to run. Then we start getting serious, I guess. But yeah.
Mine would probably be either taking a nap on the bus or getting my hair done on the bus on the way there. And then getting there, just messing around, having fun, till we have to go stretch and actually lock in on what we're supposed to be doing, or when Davis tells us to go warm up.
So like on the bus, I do kind of whatever, it just depends. But when we get there, we make a TikTok video. We have a throwing account on TikTok. Go follow. It's PHS Throwers 25.
I'm
but
gonna have to find that.
I guess it kind of gets our nerves out. But once we do that, we'll go stretch. It depends how much we need to stretch on how long the bus ride was. But then after that, we just go and do our warm-up throws and then throw.
So what do you do the rest of the meet? Because you know the throwing's always at the beginning. Sometimes it takes a while, but
usually I'd leave. Maybe I'll stay for a little bit, but most of the time I go home.
Okay.
But yeah.
I see how you are.
Also, for relays, we always try to put the baton on the ground. Each of us put our right foot on it and either pray and then have a little bit of a pep talk before. But I always like to pray on the line, like when they're giving the instructions.
Yeah.
It's like I know what I'm doing, go up to the line, set, go, gun goes off. So that's when I take my time to pray to God and just ask Him for the strength to run this race.
Oh, good. So what other sports do you guys play?
I play basketball and run cross country.
Okay.
I managed basketball this year. I made it not even halfway through my cross country season, and I broke my foot the week of homecoming. So I'll probably manage this year.
I just run cross country. I used to play basketball, but I quit.
Yeah, I used to play softball, but now I only do basketball and track.
Okay. So what makes track different than other sports? What do you think?
I just think like it's so versatile. It brings the biggest group together out of any other sport. Like it brings cross country, volleyball, football all together, and we're all working as a team. And I just think it's really fun. And I don't feel like cross country is like this too, where it's not a girls team and a boys team. Like you're together. And I think track, I can see that too, and it's just a lot of fun. I always have loved watching it too.
The social aspect, let's put it that way, I guess, you actually get to know the other kids from other teams. You know, like basketball, you know, you don't really get to interact with them unless they're, you know, knock you on the ground or something, or, you know, and all that stuff. And I always thought that track, you actually get to know and become friends with, you know, people from other schools. And then you see them in other sports, so then you can kind of, what up? But that's what I personally like the best about track.
Yeah, a good example, and Chloe does this and the others, that probably our biggest rival has been Danville, and they got a girl there. And heck, I'm cheering for her when she's running. You know, what a nice group of kids, you know, you do see. And that is true. In basketball, it's not that way. Football, but in track, it's not a life and death thing. And I know she was yesterday yelling, and her mom was, and I talked to the different girls at different sports, you know, and so then, you know, you were talking about the bus rides and so forth, and you go to clinics and you hear coaches, they talk, and well, we do this and we do that. You just say, I doubt it. But you get you know, they want to seem, but it's kind of a blue-collar group. I don't know, Maddie, let me see. She's with Emerson. Here. Chloe's in the second seat here. Anna's at the back, and you just kind of know it's what a unique thing. And like I said, the biggest problem that we're going to have, schools have, and we're starting to see it, getting kids out for sports. You know, they look, you sign up. Where are they? What are they doing? And we're fortunate so far that because of these girls, some of the boys, and I give our AD a lot of credit, had a big meeting. I came in and talked and so forth, getting kids out. And once they get out, we've had that here. They enjoy it, and mixing with these girls here. Because Maddie would never run around with 2 or 3. I don't see her. But in track, she's got to know these. They know her, and good asset.
I totally agree. And it's an alarming trend, actually, in all sports, of kids not participating as much. And I think a lot of it goes back to failure, you know, I guess fear of failure. And, you know, another thing that I like about track is you're pushing yourself. You're running against yourself, basically. So getting a PR, you know, it's like I might not win the race, but by gosh, I PR'd. And, you know, that's a win. And really there's no failing. I mean, there's really not any failing. Maybe you didn't run as well as you would have liked, but you didn't fail. Because my thing is, champions don't say try. Because you don't try. You either do it or you don't. You ran it, didn't you? So you did it. So you should be proud of, you know, those sorts of things. You don't try to do something. You did it. So no matter if you win or lose or didn't reach your goal, you did it. And I think that's a really important aspect of track, is that people get to go against themselves.
Yeah, and what you were saying, well, I can go back and I can interview Jenny. A good example, when I watched you coach and against you, you were always enthusiastic. You were always yelling at the play a nice way. When they came out, you tried to coach them. Sometimes you don't see coaches in track. They just come out there and sit and don't do much. You gotta show some excitement.
Well, and I've always told myself, you know, I coached junior high track a long time, and you know, as I got older, especially, I'm like, you know, well, one year I was pregnant, and one year I had a shoulder surgery, and so I was like, you know, I'm going to be one of those coaches that just sits in the stands and with a stopwatch and writes it down with a clipboard, and I just couldn't do it. It's like, yeah, no, I have to be right in there with them and excited, and well, you know, like I just think that it's so much fun. So thank you. That was nice, Coach Idol. But you guys, and I love your program. You know, it's one of the best in the state because of you and how you push your kids. And how many years have you been coaching?
62.
And have you changed your philosophy from, I mean, maybe not your philosophy because it's always going to be the same philosophy, but how you coach in those 62 years? Have you changed how you coach?
Probably not. I think that's the trouble. In teaching, in coaching, there's too many changes. What works? You just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, there's little things you can't. Well, I don't think I ever very seldom yell and rant and rave and so forth. But you were talking that the best story is how these two groups work together. Well, Bree's out, and see, her job, she dates a junior who has a freshman that are my two best runners. Bree, keep the boys in line, will you? And I mean, just things like that. I could tell stories about Anna and Chloe and Maddie. How many times would a coach they bring a big cupcakes, a birthday cake for Maddie? It's coming up May 1st, or I think her birthday, and you do things like that. And no, I don't think I've changed.
Are the best. Well, I mean, but I would say it's hard for me to know that my kids are making TikTok videos. Just like, I'm so like focus, and you're like, I've let it go. I'm like, okay, if that's what gets them ready.
She is right here.
Yeah.
And Maddie doesn't say a thing. Anna, I don't know what she's doing back there. She's Bree. Hey, where's Elijah and Elias? Oh, they're on? Okay. And, but some people focus, like she might focus a different way that I know Chloe does. And she's talking to Emerson the whole time, usually, or sleeping. That's how she focuses. So
good. All right, you guys have any other thing? Just I keep looking at you, your face. Sorry. No, you remind me of the rugby player.
Oh, Lona Mar.
Yeah, my God, you do. You guys look exactly. Oh my gosh, what do you call it when you have a twin somewhere? That you two. Oh my gosh, totally. And sorry, I just go like, oh my gosh, I have a celebrity. Well, you are a celebrity because you're a state champion, Drake champion. But I'm like, oh, so it just must be the face. I need to look like that so I'm better. I don't know. Sorry, I went way off the rails there, but I wish you guys the best of luck. I know you'll do awesome. I will always cheer for you. I always look at the stats, and so go fight, win, run fast, turn left.
I was going to ask two things. Coach brought up dating lives, so let's dive into all their dating lives and just make everything public.
Oh my God!
Kidding.
Oh, I was like.
Actually, three things. Jenny.
Yes.
You quoted Yoda earlier.
I did.
Do or do not.
Oh,
there is no try.
I guess I didn't even know that was a Yoda thing. I'm not a Star Wars person.
They're all looking at me like, what? And then Bree, Coach also brought up the fact that you fell down a hill in Sigourney.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty dramatic. Can we get the full story?
Okay, so my freshman year, it was wet out down the hill, like by our camp. I broke my foot, so I had a boot on my right foot, and I was going to the bathroom with our other Bree. And so instead of walking down the hill normally, I was jumping down on one leg, and my ankle just completely gave out and snapped.
So you broke the other one?
Hairline fractured, yeah.
Good grief.
Oh, wow.
In the middle of a track meet.
Oh, nice.
Was that like the big hill by going down from the... All right.
Yeah.
I can see
by
that
the
happening.
greenhouse or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
All right. Well, there we go. We got to the bottom of that. All right.
Literally.
Well, Pekin Girls Track, thank you guys for coming in today. Always good to have you on as guests. We'll have to get you back in later on, maybe after state, and get the results there. But always good talking to you guys. As Coach said, we'll bring the boys in here, I'm sure, quickly down the future here in the next few weeks as well. So let's take a break. Jenny and I will come back and have our final segment. We'll talk some NCAA basketball and whatever else comes to mind after this.
Keota Community School District, we are proud to lead with innovation, excellence, and the heart. With our student-teacher ratio low, our classrooms are built for connection, giving every student the attention they deserve. We continue with our 4-day school week for the 25-26 school year, creating more time for personalized learning, enrichment, and sport. And the results speak for themselves. In the 2024 ISAF scores, our students ranked number 1 in math and number 2 in English in our conference. That's academic achievement. That's community pride. That's Keota Schools.
Complete Care of Iowa is a medical clinic located in Sigourney, Iowa that provides care to patients of all ages. Located at 113 East Marion Street in Sigourney. Call 641-541-4040. Complete Care of Iowa is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday by appointment only. They're currently accepting new patients. Find more information at CompleteCareOfIowa.com. Complete Care of Iowa. Healthcare for where you are.
Need eye-catching graphics for your business, team, or special event? Avenue 280 Digital Works creates custom digital designs, from social media posts and business cards to flyers, menus, sports posters, and special announcements. You receive the digital file, ready to post online or print anywhere. No contracts, no pressure. Make your visuals work harder for you. Contact Naomi at Avenue 280 Digital Works for all your graphic design needs.
Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore.
As the weather warms up, our eating habits change to include spicy Mexican and Chinese foods, salads, along with fish and chicken. Dry and sweet white wines from Tassel Ridge Winery complement these lighter foods. Edelweiss and Brianna are very popular semi-sweet white wines, and both are made entirely from grapes grown in our vineyards. Steuben is a popular rosé that complements spicy dishes, and Candle Glow White is an award-winning dry white wine. These wines are available at Tassel Ridge Winery, and we can ship wines to addresses in Iowa where they can be received by someone who is at least 21 years old.
At Nutrien Ag Solutions, we are dedicated to your success. We partner with growers like you to expand your possibilities with unparalleled offerings. Your unique challenges are met with more customized solutions than anyone else can offer. With you, we're feeding the future together.
Hey, we do thank all of our sponsors for being on board here on Steve Shuttler Media for the sports section. And, of course, we're live from Barn Wired. We're here every Saturday morning, 119 East Marion Street in Sigourney. Coffee, breakfast, whatever you need to get going on this Saturday morning. Jenny, I'm getting you adjusted before I bring you back up on screen. Actually, before I bring you back up on screen, I'm going to put up a little graphic. So on Steve Shuttler Media, we're getting into the whole NCAA basketball thing. We're doing a Steve Shuttler Media Brothers Market Bracket Buster.
Ooh.
And this is going to be through the ESPN site. You can make your own groups there, and people can get in that. It's totally free to enter. You just have to make an account and get yourself logged in. And the winner of our Brothers Market Bracket Buster is going to get $100 in Brothers Market gift cards. So free groceries. Just for, I mean, and people might be thinking, like some non-sports fans might be thinking, well, how would I ever win? I don't stand a chance. But you do. You don't have to know a thing.
For years, I've had the NCAA bracket, and I have all my kids in my classes fill it out.
Yeah.
Everybody. They don't know basketball, half of them, and they fill it out. And I don't think I've ever had an actual basketball player win.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's girls.
Yes.
That don't know anything about basketball. Had one kid win because when Miami went a couple years ago to the Final Four and they were not predicted, they were a 10 seed. And he picked Miami because that's where he wants to go on vacation. And so, I mean, just things like that as a basketball player, a basketball mind, I overanalyze.
Yes.
And I think sometimes people that don't know anything about, they pick whatever team they like. And
my daughter, we do like a family pool at home, and my daughter has won it numerous times, and she probably hasn't ever watched a game of college basketball. So, you don't have to know it.
The only time I ever won money, and it was my dad. Well, we're talking a long time ago. He's retired now from the NBA, but I picked Marquette to go to the Final Four when Dwayne Wade played because I love their uniforms.
Yeah.
And I know they were decent, but I absolutely love their uniforms. I'm like, I'm picking Marquette because I want to see those unis. And they upset City, made it to the Final Four, and my dad won his work pool, and he gave me some of the cash.
Nice.
So, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Get signed up. Just go to the ESPN. I think it's like bracketology, I think is what they call it. Steve, and the group is already made. It's called Steve Shetler Media - Brothers Market Bracket Buster. Again, it's free. The winner will get $100 in Brothers Market gift cards. So there's absolutely no reason not to do that. So get in on it. And, of course, the brackets will all be announced tomorrow late afternoon, and everything will be filled out. Speaking of the madness of March, man, last night, what a game. Iowa State and Arizona. That last minute and a half was the most insane basketball. Everybody was making everything.
Just big shots, big shot, big shots. Like, what? Taman Lipsey from 24 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, that is good basketball.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I wouldn't say I was upset, but was I sad? Just a little bit, but man, I tell you what, you can't fault the defense on that last shot. He was all over him, up in his face, fall away. It was a classic March basketball game.
Yeah,
and there's been some great ones at the state tournament. Yesterday, I was watching some of the boys' state championship games. That ADM Ballard game, wow, that was a kid with Ballard was down 2 points with 0.2 seconds left, and he had to make both free throws to go into overtime.
Yeah,
and he did it. And then they won. Then they won in overtime. So it was. Anyway, that's to me, that's what March is about, and that's the fun part of basketball.
Yep.
That Iowa State game was pretty tough. But on the other side of that, I always say that a lot of times the conference champions are so tired because they've had to play so much that then that they get upset in the first round because you're coming back from wherever the conference tournament was on that Monday, and they go straight to wherever they got to go on Thursday. So am I sad? Yes, but let Arizona and Houston battle it out today and see what happens. That's going to be a good game.
And it's been proven the last several years that winning your conference tournament doesn't really necessarily improve your seeding in the NCAA tournament. So
no, and a lot of that, yes, it's pretty much been decided. They've been behind closed doors for quite a while, so it's pretty much determined.
I'd say it would be safe to say that you can pick Arizona deep into your tournament and Iowa State as well.
And I would say you'd not go wrong with Houston as well.
Yeah.
They're physical and they make big shots as well. That Houston-Iowa State game in Ames, that was another one that was like, bam, back and forth, 3, 3, 3, big shot. So
as far as Iowa goes, they won a game, they lost a game in the Big Ten tournament. It's kind of been how it's been going this the last month or two with them. They've kind of been flip-flopping all over the place. They can play really great teams really close. They really haven't won hardly any of them, but they can definitely play with people.
Yes.
Can they put it all together in the NCAA tournament and maybe make a little bit of a run?
I do. I'm a big Ben McCollum fan. I love their coach. I think he can get them ready.
Yeah.
I think they'll win their first round, and I think they probably will have to. They'll be a low enough seed that they'll probably have to have an upset for the second round, and I think they can do it. We'll see. I mean, they play a lot of teams tough, and are they going to get over the top? I don't know. UNI, big shocker.
Yeah,
They won they're in. So, I saw somebody like, I think Iowa Chill on Twitter, X, that was like, heck, per capita, we have the most.
Yeah.
We're the basketball capital of the world, you know. So
we just need to somehow sneak Drake in there. Huh?
Not this year, but
no. It'll be a fun NCAA tournament for us Iowans, and we'll see if some of our teams can make a nice little run.
And I think on the women's side, we got Iowa State and Iowa.
Yes.
That will both be in, and both of them are very dangerous and have capabilities of, getting past the first weekend at least, getting to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yep, should be a lot of fun. Again, go fill out your brackets on the ESPN site for the Steve Shetler Media Brothers Market Bracket Buster. And Jenny, make sure you do that as well.
Yeah, and everybody locate your snow shovel. Get that back out.
Yes.
You knew it
tomorrow night.
You knew it was going to happen. It was too nice
Yes.
and with no snow for too long. You knew there's still going to be one good snowstorm left.
Yep. And here we are on the
Here
brink
we
of
are.
it. All right, Jenny, great show. Thanks to Pekin Girls Track. Thanks to Steve Klein.
Yes.
That was a really neat interview as
That
well.
was it was a great day today. It
it
was two
was.
good interviews.
All right. Well, we'll be back here again next Saturday morning for the sports section. We're live at Barnwired in downtown Sigourney.